Hi everyone. Today's 2024 election prediction is between Mitch McConnell and Joe Biden. Mitch McConnell is the Senate Minority Leader from the state of Kentucky. He's extremely unpopular, and Joe Biden is also, he's the President of the United States, who is likely going to run for re-election in 2024. He's the Democratic nominee, Mitch McConnell's the Republican nominee, and both of these people are extremely unpopular, even among their own parties. I think that, it's really close, but I think that Mitch McConnell is slightly less popular. But really, when it comes electorally, like in the swing states, Biden is really unpopular in most of the swing states. He's more popular in the Democratic states, obviously. But really, like independents in, say, California, like Joe Biden more than independents in Georgia or Wisconsin or Pennsylvania or Michigan, So, because a lot of it is based around the people who you see. If you see, like, Let's Go Brandon stuff on, you're more likely going to dislike Joe Biden. Before I get into this prediction, I just want to say that the video recording has been kind of off schedule lately. I know I upload so much. I have like 700 something videos. It's absolutely insane. Like most election channels. Well, Let's Talk Elections always uploads about once a day, but like other election channels upload like every week probably, or maybe every 5 or 6 days. But I've been only doing like one video a day, which is really unusual for me. I don't really have a good reason. I've just been school has been whatever. I've just been doing a lot of homework and stuff like that. And I usually upload right when I usually upload for the first time right after when I get home from school. But this is not the normal time that I upload, because I had to go to the eye doctors. I got contacts, so that is why this video is kind of late for this day. So let's get into it finally. Sorry I've been talking so long. So California, Washington, and Hawaii, Illinois, D.C., Maryland is home state of Delaware, and New York, Rhode Island, Massachusetts, and Vermont is going to be safe. But Mitch McConnell is so hated by Democrats, it's insane. I would say he's more hated by Democrats than Joe Biden is hated by Republicans, which is pretty insane because there are a lot of moderate Republicans. Oregon will be safe. Even with Biden very unpopular, so many Democrats will turn out to vote against Mitch McConnell. So many just hate him because, he's Mitch McConnell. New Jersey is safe, Connecticut is safe, Maine's first is safe. These will not be likely states, even though they went likely for Hillary in 2016. Still, he would win a lot of these Republican states solidly. I think that Kansas would be likely, but not Nebraska's. First district, which went likely, both of those went likely for Trump, but really, I see him doing good in the Midwest, in Nebraska. Kansas, not so much, because there are a lot of liberal Democratic voters, in Topeka and the cities. So yeah, but and I think it's more liberal than most people realize because they have a Democratic governor. But his home state of Kentucky would be solid, even though a lot of these states do not approve of him by a wide margin. If Biden was popular, this would be no shot. This would be no competition. Biden would win easily. And even against an unpopular Obama, Mitch McConnell would lose so badly. Like Montana would be likely. Kansas would be lean. Nebraska's first would be likely. All these states, they would switch so much. But with Biden unpopular also, makes things a bit interesting. Alaska likely. I think that Democrats will turn out, and I think that Republicans will stay home enough to make the state of Texas lean for Mitch McConnell, which would really be interesting to see, but I do think that he would carry the state. I think that Indiana would be likely, but I really do think that he's going to hang on to Ohio and Iowa. Ohio will probably be a bit closer, but he really has an appeal here. This Midwest, he has an appeal, not necessarily the Rust Belt, I would say, but really this Midwest, he will connect with these voters. I really think that he will a whole lot. So I do think that those would be like that. Maine at-large vote would be likely. Going to Virginia, he's so closely aligned with Trump that I really think that Virginia would stay likely for Biden. I think that Mitch McConnell would do pretty well in the South. We do have to remember that. So South Carolina would probably be likely. Florida would probably go to him narrowly by a lean margin, not quite tilt, but he has an appeal down here. And I would also, I think that African Americans would turn out so much against Mitch McConnell that it would go tilt Biden once again. And I think that state of North Carolina would go tilt McConnell, so Biden does better in North Carolina. I think he would do slightly better in the state of Georgia, so I don't think he would have enough of an appeal to win the state of Georgia, but he's going to do pretty well in the South. New Mexico and Colorado are likely. I mean, I really see Colorado being very close to being solid, but there always will be those few Democrats who have been really hurt by inflation and all that, so and will not turn out for Biden or vote third party, whatever it may be. So yeah, I do think that these would be likely, but close to becoming solid. Biden will probably get the state of Arizona by a lean margin, and Nevada by a likely margin. I mean, it's shifting, right? But really, Mitch McConnell isn't someone who's going to turn out. I'll make it lean, because Mitch McConnell's not someone who's going to turn out Republicans all that much to really shift the state or flip the state red. In Arizona, I mean, I don't see Biden doing particularly well here, but there are a lot of minorities here. Mitch McConnell's not getting any of the minority vote at all. He's your classic old, white, like really old, white male politician, and minorities are not very fond of that. Not just minorities, a lot of people are not fond of that. So I think that these two states would be lean Biden. I mean, we just have to remember that Mitch McConnell will turn out Republicans less than Biden will turn out Democrats. All right, that's all we need to remember. I mean, Nebraska's second is shifting right. I think that zone with a Midwestern appeal like McConnell would really make this close. I think it's going to go tilt Biden. I think that this would be closer than most people expect. I'm going to make it lean because, I mean, ultimately it probably will be over 1%, saying that Biden did win here by 6.6%. But I think you do okay here. Mitch McConnell will not do well in the state of New Hampshire. This will probably be lean Biden. I mean, yeah. I mean, there's a lot of moderate voters here. They don't want someone as radical as Mitch McConnell. I think that Maine second would actually be really close because we have a lot of young voters here who believe that, or who were that Trump had an appeal to for some reason. Mitch McConnell has lost that, but I think that these young people will probably turn out for Mitch McConnell somewhat because he is closely aligned with Trump. But I do think that this would be a very close district. I think that Biden has a shot, but because he's unpopular, I will give it to Mitch McConnell. I would say lean McConnell. Minnesota definitely likely, and then the blue wall I see going to Joe Biden. I don't think we're going to see much of a competition here. I mean, I don't think he's going to have an appeal on the blue wall or the Rust Belt at all. I mean, I just personally don't think. I really don't think that he will. I think that Biden will be able to win the entire blue wall plus the state of Minnesota. And I mean, basically my reasoning for a lot of this map is that Mitch McConnell is the most unpopular U.S. senator. I should have said that from the beginning. I don't know how I forgot it. But Mitch McConnell is the most unpopular senator, and ultimately it's going to hurt him a lot. So Joe Biden wins with 303 electoral votes to Mitch McConnell's 235. This is actually the same exact, not margins at all, but state characterizations. This is the same map as 2020 with Georgia blue, Arizona blue, the blue wall blue, and Nebraska second blue. If you enjoyed this video, please consider subscribing. Make sure to join my Patreon, which is in the description, and I'll see you all next time.